Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Mixon with a first down and more as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 22 yards there, a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Slant pass to Bull. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
First and goal at the 9.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Number 42.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
It is good.
Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Browns nothing. Randy Bullock.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. outside. That's caught by Lamb. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
To CD.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
To number 8.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll give it to Chubb. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He'll air this one out for Boyd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. 7-7, our score after.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Browns drive about to get started. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Brings up
from the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And it's complete. Hooper. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
41-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second and 9 now from the 21. They'll look to throw here. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. To throw again. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so well.
Else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Being chased out left. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On the run, it's Mixon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Back to Mixon on first down. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, so a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
For Cincinnati.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
The Browns ball carrier.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And again, it's Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down.
Cleveland.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground is Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
The 5-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7.
To kick off for Cincinnati.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Caught left side by Hilton. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
28-yard gain.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
19 yards.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
11 yards there, first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll try to draw now with Chubb, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. CeeDee Lamb, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back. He's checking. Crouch. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. No. Shift. Hey, smash.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That's what love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
from the 47. It's 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Mixon. Room here to run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll give it to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Taken down by Grant.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Browns 14. Randy Bullock to kick off for
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
At the 34-yard line.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Loss of 11 yards.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that could be used against them.